All right. I'm Tanya Nichols from Meet the Need. I'm the Director of Member Services, and we are hosting co-hosting a webinar with Jim Fugerster from Serve Florida to talk about several things with Meet the Need, but I'm going to briefly hit on the Meet the Need vision and the modules of Meet the Need, and then we're going to dive into how your organization can register for Meet the Need, do a quick dashboard overview and what all you can do on your dashboard, and even go through some website examples of a church and a nonprofit and the ways that you can make needs look on your website. And we're going to hit the setup and how to show needs on your website to create your template and links, which, Jim, that's what you were just asking about, how to get a link. So that's definitely part of what we're going to cover today. And then we'll touch on some next steps in our next webinar next week, Jim. I had planned on hitting how to post needs, how to read reports, and manage your volunteers. Does that sound good?
Yes, and if you can throw in events, I'm not sure the timing, but whatever you can do is fine, Tanya. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Let's dive in. A little bit about the Meet the Need vision. If you were at the gathering that Serve Florida hosted and heard Jim Morgan speak about Meet the Need, you may have seen a couple of these slides, but I just wanted to hit it real quick again in case you weren't there. But the overall vision of Meet the Need is we see the same issues in every city that we go into. Churches don't have enough staff to post needs and to get all the needs in front of their members. Church members want to go serve, but they don't know what there is to do. And local ministries and nonprofits have a ton of volunteer needs, but they don't know how to get in front of the members. So Meet the Need takes the administrative workload off the church staff, allows needs to be seen on the churches and ministries' websites for church members to connect with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and local ministries can post needs and get access to the local church like never before because their needs show on multiple church websites. Meet the Need is about taking the administrative workload off of churches and church members and local ministries, but we're not about replacing the relationships that happen between the three of those people groups. There's still relationships that need to happen and connections that need to be made, but we're just here to make that administrative work easier. Before Meet the Need, there's a lot of administrative frustration that takes place with trying to connect a single person or a family or a ministry need to members of the congregation. But with Meet the Need behind the scenes, a need can be posted by a ministry or a church, and that need shows on multiple church websites. And then the administrator role turns to more of being a connector and keeping the balance between needs being posted and needs being met, and not so much the administrator of all the details of the hundreds of thousands of needs and hundreds of thousands of people that are out there to meet those needs. There are many pieces of the pie to meet the need, we kind of say, with the different features. There's actually 4 modules, but these are the different features that are in those modules. You've got volunteer and resource management, event management, shared case management, and family scheduling and international missions. As an organization, when you register with Meet the Need, you have access to all of these features at no cost. And you can start using it from day one for your organization, and then over time, as organizations like Serve Florida share Meet the Need with other churches and ministries, and as you as an organization share Meet the Need with other churches and ministries, that's when you'll start to see the model on the right come into play, and there'll be more connecting and sharing of needs throughout a city. All right, the first step with Meet the Need is obviously your organization needs to register. When you register at meettheneed.org, you're going to click on Quick Start. That's the quickest way to get started. And in less than 10 minutes, you're going to complete these steps, which is picking what modules you want to use of Meet the Need, putting in the contact info of your organization, watching a quick video, which is a great 6-minute video to show you about your dashboard. Be sure you watch that. And then in less than 6 minutes, you'll have access to your dashboard with all 4 modules of Meet the Need. So it's really easy. I know one of you ladies had mentioned here on the webinar that y'all hadn't registered yet. You're going to do it next week. This is what the registration process will be like. It's very quick and very easy to do. Once you do that, you'll show up on our Meet the Need system, and we'll be able to see that you registered, and someone will call you just to welcome you and see if you have any questions and touch base with you. But also at the same time, you will show up on Serve Florida's website. Let me go over and show you. in their directory, in the I Need Help directory, you'll show up in this directory here, and as one of the local churches and ministries that are either you're a church or you're a ministry offering services. All right. Any questions on registering with us? Jim or anything?
It's Mary from First Christian in Venice. I thought I registered the other day, but I don't remember seeing all of this stuff.
Interesting. Do you
have any record of my registration?
Yeah, let me look real quick and see if I can do that. Do you spell out First Christian or do you do it with a number?
Say that again, Tanya.
Do you, First Christian Church, do you spell out the word first or is it the number 1 ST?
No, it's spelled out.
Okay, First Christian Church. Let me look. I'm not seeing that you guys registered. I should be able to see that too over on Serve Florida's website. Let me look here. No, I don't see that you guys have registered. Could you maybe have registered as an individual and not an organization?
Well, I use both my name and the church name.
Well, on an individual registration, you do type in the church name, but did you put in the church phone and website and your church bio?
I thought I did, but I guess apparently I didn't do it right because I'm not there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I filled out.
Yeah, you can go to Serve Florida's website. Here, I'll walk over to you with you. If you go to their homepage, they have a button that says just join us. Click here for church. You didn't go there?
No, I went to your website.
Either way, but this it's already on Serve Florida's website. But if you go down here,
all right, I'll go that direction.
Yeah, if you say get started, it actually takes you to our website. But then you're going to click quick start, and that quick start process is what you'll walk through, and it'll take you less than 10 minutes, and that video's there. And if you, for some reason, if you click and miss that video, it's also available on your dashboard. I'll show you where that is in just a sec.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, that's the registration process. Any more questions while we're talking about registering? All right. Now, once you register and you get access to your dashboard, this is what the dashboard looks like. You've got 4 modules. Oh, go ahead, Jim. You have a question?
Yes, I was just going to offer, Mary, when you go to log in, like to start with Quick Start, please give me a call. And if I'm handy, I'll come over. If not, I can walk you through it. And Nancy, the same for yourself or anybody from Christ United Methodist, because if you accidentally click the wrong buttons, it'll take you someplace else. But it's exactly as Tanya says. And when it comes to the modules, my suggestion is just use them all or put them all in. It's very easy to turn them on and off, but you probably just want to start with every one. So if you want to call me, Mary, even afterwards today, I can walk you through it and get you started in 10 minutes, okay?
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, and what Jim's referring to is in that second step, you pick the modules that you want to use. If you just click them all, then when you go to your dashboard, you'll have all of them right here on your dashboard. And then you can minimize any module you don't want to use later on. So this is the overall dashboard. There's some functionality up at the top. There's the 4 modules down in the main part of the dashboard. There's a share button if you want to share with other churches and ministries later on. But what I want to focus on right now is from your main dashboard, the first thing you want to do once you get there is go to the training button. This training button has a lot of information in it. Here's that dashboard overview video that I told you about when you register. If you need to watch that again or you missed it, it's there, a 6-minute video. But watch a few of these videos. If you know that you want to do events, then watch the event video. It's a 26-minute video. Or if you just want to get started really quick posting needs, watch the post a need video. That's 10 minutes. They're pretty short videos. They show you how on your dashboard to do any feature of Meet the Need. And we're going to hit a few of these in the webinar today and the webinar next week. But this is where you can go if you want to, if you're studious and you want to get ahead of the webinars that we're doing through Serve Florida, you can go and start looking at any of these videos at any time. We do recommend that you watch the ones with the orange asterisks. There's 3 of them. first to get you started. We also have a help button, and in that help button are archived webinars that we've recorded. They're like 45-minute to hour-long webinars on different topics and different modules related to Meet the Need. So if you want to dive even deeper than just a 10-minute video or a 20-minute video, we do have 45-minute to hour webinars on different topics you can go and watch too in the help button. Any questions on training?
Looks good.
Okay. All right, the next thing I want to cover is showing needs on your website, because obviously if you're going to be in there posting needs as a church, or you want to show needs of different ministries in the area on your church website, or your ministry posting needs and you want to show needs on your website, this is something that's pretty important for you to kind of understand. And this is one of the first videos that has an asterisk that we recommend that you watch, but I'm going to walk through it real quickly with you right now. I'm going to show you a website example of a nonprofit and a website example of a church and Serve Florida's website, and then we're going to dive into how you can make something like that work for your church or your ministry through Meet the Need. So here's the first website example. This is a ministry. This is High Hope Service Center, and on their website they have a volunteer button. Now they put that button on their website, that image. You'll be able to get a link through Meet the Need to copy and paste as the hyperlink on that button to show the needs of, this is a ministry, of just that ministry's organization's needs. Obviously High Hope, being a ministry, doesn't want to show maybe a homeless shelter down the street's needs because they want to focus on their own needs. So for a ministry or a nonprofit, the links that they will get off their dashboard will be just for their organization. Now for a church, this is Perimeter Church in the Atlanta area, a church wants to show a little bit more than just their church needs. Typically they want to show all the community needs in their area, and they can do that maybe by having a Serve Now button or a Serve button or See Needs. You can name it whatever you want. And I'll show you how to get the link for this in just a moment, but you will have a community link that will show everything in the area, and then your members can narrow down what, by their skills or interest or location or date on the search page over here on the left, they can narrow down which needs they want to see. This church went a step further, Perimeter. They have several partners in the area. So what they did, High Hope was one of their partners, the organization we just saw, and their members can click and just see the needs for High Hope. So there's really two things that they're offering. They're offering an All Community Needs button, and then they're offering buttons to each one of their partners. And your church can do the same, or you can just simply have an All Community Needs button and make it very simple. And what's great is that no matter where you're coming to see needs through Meet the Need and through the different websites, it looks like the organization's website. This is a basic template, which we're going to talk about in just a minute with High Hope, and Perimeter has an advanced template that looks more like their website. Now this is Serve Florida. What's great about how Serve Florida is connecting all the churches and ministries in the area is as your organization joins Meet the Need, and as you start to post needs, as you join, you're going to show up in the I Need Help button. But as you start to post needs, you're going to show up in the I Want to Help button, which is a list of all the needs in the community. And then you as a church or ministry can get started and register over here on the far right with the Just Join Us. So everything you need is right there on their homepage on Serve Florida. Jim, do you have anything you want to add about your website?
Well, I put a couple of, we have a food drive that's coming up on May the 14th. We help the post office in Northport and in Venice. And I put the event on, so it should, if you click that, it should come up with opportunity with the event.
The I Want to Help?
Yeah, it should load up, so that the question becomes, will this event show up on Emmanuel Lutheran and Church of the Nazarene?
Yes, it will when they put an All Community Needs link on their website.
Okay, got it. They have to put the website. Okay. Yeah, if you just want it, the ladies can see. See? Now this is pretty cool. If you can open it up, just...
yeah, if you click more.
Right.
Then
so if you're in Northport... Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so you can see where all the church, anybody can actually go in and say, okay, I need 43 drivers from a certain time. You can see that the food sorters are in 2 different shifts, right? 10:30 to 1:30 and 1:30 to 4:30. So this is everything that I just did in using the dashboard and you setting the event. So it's exciting to know that if Christ United Methodist had a event coming up and they needed volunteers, you can say, I need 10 volunteers, and people can come and volunteer for that, and it keeps track and counts down and everything else. So ladies, this is great for any kind of event that you have.
Sure is.
Yep, and you can really start to collaborate between organizations and really unite the body this way too.
So that's the first thing that Serve Florida is trying to do. Is we're aiming out to the 14th to try to, we're working with Center of Hope, the Nazarene, food pantries, Trinity Press. So we're working with them, and then we're working with the high school, getting the kids to volunteer so their coaches can bring them in as well. Yeah.
All right. So that gives you some visuals of how needs can look on your website. If you watch our video tutorials, you get even more examples and some ideas. I just wanted to give you a quick few while we're here on this webinar. Now, what you'll want to do is once you decide how you want to show needs on your website, like if you just want a button that says all community needs on your church website, or if you want to highlight different partnerships, like maybe you have a button for Serve Florida, a button for a homeless ministry you work with, a button for a food bank that you work with, you can do that. Once you decide how you want to show needs, then what you'll do is you'll go back to your Meet the Need dashboard. You'll go to Create Template. In this template creator, you have 2 options. You can create a basic template where you can put in your logo and change the colors and make it look similar to your website. Or you can do an advanced template, which you may need your website, your webmaster to get access to your coding, but then he can copy your header and footer coding in here, and you can have an advanced template. So either way to get started, you might want to start with a basic just to get started and then do an advanced later, it's fine. But however you have access to your website will determine what type of template you want to do. So you would go in, and there's a video on this as well, but go in and create template and choose either basic or advanced. And then once you create your template, we're going to talk about posting needs in the next webinar, but you can go ahead and start creating links even before you post needs. There are these little buttons beside each module. It says link, link, link. If you want an all community needs link, if you're a church and you click that link button, it's going to give you an all community needs link. And then what happens is you'll copy and paste that link to the button on your website that you created.
Now, I don't think Mary and Nancy are going to be doing the linking and website development. So I think what we want to try to suggest, ladies, is this is a pretty simple thing for anybody that's managing your website. This link is just one of those things that you click to take you to a certain part of the dashboard. What you can do is also create these links and email them to people specifically. You can put them on the website, but you can also just insert them into emails if you want somebody to look at a specific need right away without having to log on. Is that correct?
That's correct. You can also share the links even in a social media post if you're using Facebook or something and you want to say, hey, our church is a part of a new platform. Here is a link to see the needs in the community. And this would be if you want to share the all community needs link, or you want to share a specific link for a specific need. I'll show you how to do that in just a sec. But this is how you get that all community needs link for your church. If you're a ministry or a nonprofit and you're on your dashboard and you click that link, it's not going to be an all community needs link. Instead, it's going to be a link just to your needs for your organization. So it all depends on what type of organization you are as to what kind of link you're going to get when you click that. Make sense?
Sure does. Jim, this is Nancy. Our website manager is our administrator, Bob Haley, so he's on board ready to do this.
So you could go
Oh,
in,
fantastic.
I was going to say, you could
Yeah,
go in today, Nancy. Once you get to your dashboard, you can copy this link and email it to him and have him put it on your website wherever you want him to put it.
Yeah, he's actually going to sign up for it, but I'm going to be able to use it.
Okay, good.
The best of both worlds. That's good, Nance.
Okay.
If you want more links for your website, like if you want to highlight certain partners or have a specific link for a specific need, you can go under Settings, Create and Manage My Links, and we actually have a link manager here. You just fill out a few, it's drop-down menus, you click, and you can create other links for your website if you really want to get fancy and get into a little bit more detailed links. But those quick links that you need, you can get just to get started, you can do just right from your main dashboard. All right, I just want to remind you that as a church, as a nonprofit, that you're the face to the community. Meet the Need is not here to be seen by volunteers. The only people that really know about us are the church and ministry administrators. We want those that are hurting, those that are serving, those that need help to be connecting through church websites, through nonprofit websites, through Serve Florida, so that they will be led to a relationship with Christ in the midst of their needs being met, or they're giving their time volunteering. So that's why we make all the links look like your websites and not Meet the Need. What it costs, I mean, Meet the Need doesn't cost anything. We are a no-cost platform. We do ask for a gift as your church registers and your ministry registers, but you get all the features and all 4 modules of Meet the Need from day one. And you can use that, and of course we do customizations. If you're looking for something for your organization, a customized platform, we can look at doing something like that for you for a cost. But the Lord told us to offer all of Meet the Need at no cost, and that is what we do.
Great. That's great.
Your next steps are, 1, to register your organization, which we talked about doing that at meettheneed.org. Get started. To watch the training tutorials. If you watched all, the main ones, you'll get a really good gist of how to use your dashboard in less than 30 minutes. You'll want to set up your template and your web page, which we talked about how to do your template, your basic or your advanced. And then on our next webinar, Jim, we'll talk about posting needs through your dashboard. We'll talk about managing your volunteers and reports. We can even hit creating events on that too, like you said. And then beyond that, it's about sharing Meet the Need with other churches and other nonprofits in the area, which Serve Florida is actively doing, but of course they could use your help in sharing it too.
Yes, because we're all together on this. So if you're able to share with a church down the street or a nonprofit that you're involved with, or somebody that is involved with, they're welcome. It's to Tanya's point, it's free. They get to come in, and the more people that we have using this, the more needs that we're going to actually meet, which is the idea. So you are more than welcome to bring as many people as you want in, as often as you want when the opportunity's there. And you've got my phone numbers, so if Bob runs into a little trouble registering or whatever, we can help him through that. There's one exciting thing. There's one exciting thing. I know we've got a couple of minutes, but Tanya, Jim Morgan here, when he was at Tri-County, mentioned that you were launching an offer button, an offer module that you can actually push things that you have to give away in. How soon is that, and is that something you can touch on, or we should wait for the next couple of trainings?
Nope, I can touch on that real quick. Let me go up to a search page here. This is what a typical Meet the Needs search page looks like on your website. What we are adding is right here and down below is a button that says, don't see a need that you can adopt now? Post an offer. And if an individual clicks to post an offer, then they can post an offer for time that they could give, or an item that they can give. And what will happen is the administrators in the area, Nancy and Mary, like you guys, will get an email that says, hey, this individual just said that they have a TV they want to give, let's just say. Then you as an administrator, if one of your ministries or churches needs that TV, then you can actually accept that offer, and you can connect with that individual to get that donation. Or maybe it's someone who wants to foster children and there wasn't a foster children need. They can say that they want to do that. And so when the administrators in the area get notification, and so churches and ministries can take advantage of offers from individuals as well. And
that is something,
yeah,
that is
should
fantastic.
be live. We're looking at that to be live in the next couple of weeks. We've already got the functionality in place. We're just getting the automated emails in place next for that.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Looks good so far.
And at any time, I mean, Jim is available there locally for you guys, you know, if you have questions. But as your churches and ministries register, you will be contacted by your Meet the Needs service representative, just as a welcome and an introduction. So at any time, if you have questions, you can contact even Meet the Need directly, and we can help you out too.
And that's probably a smart idea. You get the right answer, but I will try my best if to start up with. But ladies, thank you for joining us. Tanya, thank you for a great job. There might be a couple more questions, and then we'll see you next Wednesday. And I hope everybody's registered by then. Then they can see it. Okay?
Sounds good. I look forward to it. Look forward to it.
Thanks for the invite.